The hidden compost layer that triples decomposition speed. Every gardener must know this. You've been composting wrong. At least, not as efficiently as you could be. Most gardeners stack greens and browns, water occasionally, and wait months for the pile to break down. But what if one thin, often ignored layer could cut that time in half and, honestly, supercharge your compost's nutrient profile? Today on Soil and Crop Central, we're revealing the compost layer most gardeners forget. The one that turns an average pile into a living engine of soil fertility. This is not about adding more waste or fancy activators. It's about restoring something nature already uses, minerals. That single addition transforms an ordinary compost pile into a biological powerhouse that, breaks down faster, smells better, and feeds your soil more effectively. Composting works on a simple principle balance. Microbes feed on both carbon-rich browns and nitrogen-rich greens. When those two are balanced, heat builds up, organic matter breaks down, and you end up with dark, crumbly compost. But there's a missing piece most people ignore: minerals. Without them, compost may still decompose, but it takes longer and often loses valuable nutrients into the air. That's why your pile might smell sour or look clumpy. When nitrogen escapes as ammonia, you're losing fertility that could have nourished your crops. The mineral layer, this forgotten element, locks that nitrogen in place while stabilizing moisture and balancing pH. It's the quiet hero that keeps your compost thriving instead of rotting. This secret ingredient is as simple as a thin dusting of garden soil or mineral-rich rock dust between your organic layers. It sounds almost too easy, but this layer performs several critical roles at once. It introduces billions of beneficial microbes that jumpstart decomposition, acting as a biological inoculant. It also anchors nutrients that would otherwise leach away and adds trace minerals essential for soil health: calcium, magnesium, and iron among them. The thin mineral layer also helps control odor. If your compost pile smells like rotten eggs or ammonia, you're witnessing nutrient loss. By sprinkling a light layer of soil between your organic materials, you neutralize acidity and restore balance. It's like installing a filter that catches nutrients before they escape. Decomposition really depends on microorganisms, and those tiny microbes need structure, air, and minerals to thrive. The mineral dust layer actually provides the microhabitats they need, like little air pockets that boost aeration and help with moisture retention. As these microbes multiply, they break down complex organic materials, such as cellulose and proteins, turning them into humus. When you skip this step, the pile can compact, which suffocates the microbes and, honestly, just slows everything down. The mineral layer also helps regulate pH, keeping the pile from getting too acidic. The result? A hotter, more active compost pile that finishes in weeks rather than months. Precision matters. For every 3 parts of browns, use 1 part of greens, and, about a 1/4 part of mineral or soil layer. In practice, that looks like, say, about 6 inches of dry leaves, 2 inches of kitchen waste, and 1/2 inch of soil or rock dust. If you're composting on a small scale, let's say 1 square meter, use 3 buckets of browns, 1 bucket of greens, and a 1/4 bucket of soil per layer. For medium gardens, around 3 square meters, just scale that up to 1 wheelbarrow of browns, 1/3 of a wheelbarrow of greens, and a 1/4 wheelbarrow of soil. Always aim for moisture that feels like a wrung-out sponge. Use 2 liters of water for every 10 kilograms of material, sprinkling evenly as you build each layer. Water activates microbes, but should never pool at the base. Overwatering suffocates the pile, so go slow and steady. Start with structure. The base layer should be coarse, small twigs, or straw, so air can circulate from the bottom up. Next, add your browns, dry leaves, shredded paper, or straw. These form the carbon foundation. Follow that with greens, fresh grass clippings, kitchen scraps, or coffee grounds for nitrogen. Now comes the transformation point. Sprinkle a thin, even layer of garden soil or rock dust over the top. That's your microbial activator. Once that's done, lightly moisten the layer. Then repeat the cycle. Browns, greens, mineral layer, water. Keep stacking until your pile reaches about 1 meter high. Finish with a final layer of soil on top. This seals in moisture, deters flies, and traps heat inside. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, turn the pile every few days to keep oxygen flowing. No matter how large or small your garden is, this principle scales perfectly. For balcony compost bins or small garden beds, just reduce the quantities but, maintain the same 3 to 1 to 1/4 ratio. For large gardens or maybe multiple raised beds, build a compost bay system. 3 compartments where 1 pile is building, 1 is resting, and 1 is ready for use. The mineral layer stays the same in every system. Really, it's the consistency of layering that matters, not the quantity. If your compost turns soggy or, emits a foul odor, it's a sign you've overloaded with greens or skipped your soil layer. Add more browns and a dusting of mineral dust, then turn the pile to aerate it. If decomposition seems slow, just increase the green materials a bit or add a fresh handful of garden soil to reintroduce microbes. When the pile looks compacted, loosen it gently with a fork and sprinkle more mineral dust as you rebuild. Healthy soil isn't just about organic matter. It's about mineral balance. By including this overlooked layer, you're not just speeding up decomposition, you're creating compost that feeds both plants and the living soil ecosystem beneath them. It's the difference between compost that simply breaks down and compost that regenerates. This method has been used in traditional farming for centuries, yet modern gardeners often skip it because it seems too simple to matter. But in nature, simplicity is efficiency. That thin layer of soil between decaying leaves in a forest is exactly what keeps ecosystems alive and self-sustaining. Bringing that same logic to your compost pile reconnects your garden to the natural rhythm of soil health. So there you have it. The compost layer most gardeners forget but every thriving garden needs. A simple half-inch of soil or rock dust between your layers changes everything. It speeds decomposition, traps nutrients, neutralizes odors, and builds the kind of compost that turns weak soil into rich, living earth. If this video helped you understand composting in a whole new way, don't let it stop here. Go test it out in your own garden, watch how your pile transforms, and share your results with other growers. And before you head out to start layering, remember to subscribe to Soil and Crop Central, hit the like button, and share this video with fellow gardeners who deserve healthier soil. Together, we can build the ground that feeds us all, one forgotten layer at a time. Soil and Crops Central, watermark text.